You know, I think everyone has been in a situation where they wanted something very badly, or they had been working for something, planning for something, and it doesn't happen, or at the very least happen the way you wanted it to. Maybe it was a relationship, or a job, or a goal that you had been wanting to achieve. And it's very disappointing when something happens that causes all of that to just go out the window. Sometimes it's not necessarily your fault. Sometimes it might be. It's hard when things that are out of your control derail your major life plans. It isn't fair, and it does suck. But sometimes there's just nothing you can do, or nothing that you could have done to prevent it. It's harder, I think, to look back and consider if maybe you didn't give what you needed to give. Now, I don't think there is anything that should ever be put above your own care, your own well-being. But you have to remember that you're just human. And sometimes you do things that, maybe you shouldn't have. Or didn't do things that you should have. But regardless, the important thing to realize from all of it is that you're gonna be okay. These things may not go the way you planned. You might have to make a new plan. It's difficult to start things over from scratch. It is. It's exhausting, and it can be real hard to feel like you have a chance. But you do. Take a look back on whatever the situation was and really evaluate it. How did you get to where you were? What steps did you take? What choices did you make? Would you have done anything differently? Learn from whatever and wherever you can, because that will help you carry on to whatever the next thing is for you. And with all the work you put in, there are still returns. Maybe not the ones you envisioned, or even the ones you wanted. But there is something there that you can scrape together and use to make yourself richer. In writing, we talk about the first draft. The first draft, also known as the rough draft, is not anywhere near perfect. It can be sloppy and gunky and muddled all together. But you still write it to tell a story. Without it, you can't reach the end, the final draft. When things don't work out for me, I tell myself I'm in the rough draft. Things are sloppy and gunky and muddled. It's hard to read. It's full of errors and mistakes. It's illegible in some places. But I'm still writing. I take everything that I learned in the rough draft and I use it to tell a better story. The story I want. You might have a lot of rough drafts because you have a lot of stories. And that's okay. Because you're still writing.